So here at the Dodge Arena in Hidalgo, Texas, getting ready for our main event, Marquez Vazquez 2 for the WBC Super Bantamweight Championship. Let's get the official introductions from a ring announcer, the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Introducing to you first, on my left, the challenger fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks with white trim, fighting out of Los Angeles, California, by way of Mexico City, Distrito Federal, Mexico. He weighed in at a ready 121 pounds with a record of 41 wins and 4 losses. He has 31 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former WBC and IBF 122-pound world champion, currently ranked the #1 super bantamweight world contender by the WBC. Introducing Israel El Magnifico Vazquez. And his opponent across the ring, the defending champion on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks with black trim, hailing from Mexico City, Distrito Federal, Mexico. He weighed in the same as his opponent, 121 pounds. His record stands at 37 wins, 3 losses, with 33 big wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former longtime IBF Bantamweight world champion and the current WBC Super Bantamweight champion of the world, introducing Rafael Marquez. Once again, a referee in charge, Guadalupe Garcia, now to give instructions.
I already give you the instructions in the dressing room. Ya les di las instrucciones en los vestidores. I want a clean fight. Quiero una pelea limpia. This is the line where the low blows are legal. De aquí hacia arriba es el golpeo, del ombligo hacia arriba. Buena suerte y que gane el mejor. Good luck and the best for the winner. Check the gloves and go to your corner.
Two guys who epitomize what is good about boxing, highly skilled in the ring, total gentlemen outside the ring. And here we go, Rafael Marquez in the white with the black trim, power, polish, speed, accuracy, the heavy right, the stinging jab, and the sharp combinations. Vazquez in the red with the white trim, ferocious left hook, inside pressure, makes every minute count, and he is desperate for victory. So is this in effect round 8? Vazquez felt going in that Marquez, Al, who had a great first round in the original, would come right at him and make it a physical fight.
We've already seen in the first 30 seconds of this round, Marquez landed a nice right hand, Vazquez landed a nice left hook. They're back at it again.
Vazquez said he planned to attack early and often. The unknown factor, of course, is Vazquez's nose.
Now, early on in this fight, one thing to look for, and we talked about it in the keys, the jab of Vazquez. When he jabs his way in, he was very short with that punch in the last fight. It didn't help him get inside. It's working better early because it's helping him work his way right inside.
There's a straight right hand to the nose by Marquez, and Vazquez sending Marquez back with a shot. There's a good left uppercut on the inside by Vazquez.
Good news and bad news for both fighters. Vazquez is landing his left hook very, very well early. Marquez is landing the right hand very early.
Many feel Marquez will eventually catch Vazquez and end it dramatically. Marquez did predict a knockout but did not specify the round. Right uppercut on the inside there by Marquez. A flurry by Vazquez. Back comes Marquez. Again, back and forth, two-way. Non-stop sustained action. What else is new?
Great skill on the inside. There's a combination of a hook and uppercut by Marquez. Marquez's uppercut was a factor in the first fight and could be again. And there it is again for Marquez. This is great, great boxing here in round 1 by both men.
The exchanges rage on. And in a way, it is like round 8.
The hand speed edge for Marquez, though, is still there. And that's a big, big issue that Vazquez has to try and get by. He better hope, Vazquez, that he has the power to hurt Marquez again. The punch rate and accuracy here in round one, excellent for both men.
The right temple area of Vazquez swollen and red already here in the first round. Marquez working the jab. It was a very effective weapon to set up the big right in the first fight.
Both men want to keep their hands up more. They feel like they lowered their hands, and it was a problem in the last fight. There was a couple good punches by Marquez, but again, Vazquez had his hands up, so he kind of blocked though. Oh, good body work.
Body shots by Marquez. And a good left hook there upstairs by Marquez to finish the round.
Don't commit some errors here. Give me the headpiece. For the eyebrows. For the eyebrows. You gotta come inside on him. You understand? You are hurting him. You are hurting him. But you are hurting him. That's the way you have to do it. You have to put your head down so he won't hit you with the left hook.
Our translator, Felix De Jesus, Nacho Beristain, one of the most respected and experienced trainers in the sport. In the corner of Marquez, Rudy Perez, who, as we said, replaced Freddie Roach at a critical time heading into the rematch. The longtime trainer of Marco Antonio Barrera, now in there with Vazquez.
You know, Marquez told us before this fight he would throw more punches than he did in the last fight. He is very, very active. They both are.
So round two scheduled for 12 for the WBC 122-pound championship. Off to a rousing start already with some exciting exchanges.
They told Vazquez, of course, he needs to be in the inside. But, you know, it's no picnic when you're on the inside with Rafael Marquez because he's also a very skilled fighter in there.
What a difference watching this polish after the sloppy first fight. Same weight class.
The jab of Marquez, again, a little sharper than Vazquez's is so far. But, you know, for Israel Vazquez, he just needs the jab to be good enough to get him on the inside.
Here's the jab of Marquez pushing Vazquez back. Trying to keep him at bay, off balance with the jab. And every once in a while it sets up the heavy right.
See the right hand up high by Marquez, and the left hook came off it by Vazquez. Marquez needs to keep his hand up.
Body shot, left hook.
Speaking of keeping things up, the punches too.
Yeah, Marquez getting a little warning from the referee Guadalupe Garcia from Mexico City.
Good right hand by Israel Vazquez after a jab. Didn't hurt Marquez. The right hand is not Vazquez's big knockout punch. It's mostly the left hook. There are so many good punches being thrown in this fight that trying to keep track of them is tricky for the judges as well as us.
Of course, it was the left hook that dropped Marquez in round 3 of the first fight after Vazquez was hurt by a straight right by Marquez. And it was a left hook by Marquez that started the damage on Vazquez's nose near the end of the first round. There's the left hook by Marquez on cue.
You know, Marquez is throwing a lot of those left hooks. Puts him in a little danger of getting countered by Vazquez with the left hook. And it's tempting because he can throw the hook, Marquez.
Beautiful left hook there by Vazquez.
Yeah. Best punch of the fight for him so far.
That got Marquez's attention.
Followed by 3 straight jabs by Marquez.
Remember that one resounding punch towards the end of the first fight by Vazquez and Marquez was unfazed. There's another left hook upstairs by Vazquez just before the bell. A couple of good left hooks by the challenger.
You got to watch out with his left hook. Here's the end swell for the eye. To both eyes, both eyes. You have to give him velocity. Use a lot of velocity. Water, some water. Come on.
When Israel Vazquez jabs his way in, he is effective. He doubles the jab, throws the jab, and then throws the left hook. That is exactly, and there's another good jab. The Vazquez jab, much better in round 2 than it has been in any of the rounds he's fought with Marquez.
Final instructions from Nacho Barastay and Rudy Perez with a final word for Vazquez. There's a small cut on the bridge of Vazquez's nose.
The plot thickens.
Indeed. Round 3. The infighting. Dead center of the ring.
If ever two fighters were made for each other, these two are. They are in front of each other, throwing excellent punches. Both men have a smidge of a problem defensively, and so that leaves the chance that they can be hit.
Makes it more exciting for the fans, of course, but what a... he's wobbled. Marquez is wobbled.
Same kind of left hook that hurt him in the first fight.
Let's see if Vazquez jumps all over Marquez now. He has Marquez in some trouble, but look at Marquez fighting back. Unbelievable.
And Marquez showed great poise when he was knocked down the first time, but he was more hurt this time.
Yes, he was. He came back with a good 4th round in that first fight after being knocked down to the 3rd, but he really got jolted here.
Same round, too.
Exactly. He has slowed down considerably now, Marquez. Now Marquez comes back with a left hook. And a straight right and a left hook by Vazquez. Back comes a right hand by Marquez. Marquez pressed up against the ropes, not where he wants to be. A left hook to the temple by Vazquez. Marquez misses with a left hook.
Can you say Corrales Castillo? This is an amazing round of boxing. Big uppercut.
Uppercut by Vazquez. It sends Marquez back to the ropes. Marquez, though, swings away anyway. And he comes forward now. And there's a terrible cut around the right eye of Vazquez now. His face is bloodied on the right side. Israel Vazquez. Heads may have collided. He's got problems in both eyes now, Vazquez.
Marquez has gotten himself back into this round in a major way. Amazing.
And now Vazquez, with some drama, he's got problems with the cuts. And 45 seconds left in the 3rd round. And Marquez landing with rights and lefts, sending Vazquez back. Another series of punches, a great combination by Marquez. And this is after Marquez was in trouble. Marquez wailing away at the head of Vazquez. As the blood continues to flow from the eyes of Vazquez. Marquez winging, landing. Left hook upstairs, landing by Marquez. Everything's connecting, but look who's coming forward. It's Vazquez. Now Marquez comes forward. Back comes Vazquez with a left and a right. Non-stop. Incredible action. Unbelievable. A right hand that tagged Marquez. No let-up whatsoever.
Water. Here's some water. Here's some water. Listen to what I have to say.
Israel Vazquez, just as he did in the 3rd round of the first fight, lands a big left hook that creates all kinds of problems for Marquez. And then later in the round, Rafael Marquez, after he had been hurt, came back in this round. The action was just spectacular. Both men landing big punches. There's the right hand punctuating it by Marquez. A very close round after Marquez had been hurt early.
And you see blood underneath the right eye of Marquez. There's blood around both eyes of Vazquez. Furious action in round number 3 as we enter round 4. Joe Chavez, the veteran cut man, with his work cut out in the Vazquez corner. Vazquez marching forward, throwing in volume. What a work rate by both guys. Now Vazquez digging to the body. Back comes Marquez to the midsection.
And it was ruled apparently that the punch is what created the cut around Vazquez's eye. No ruling of a clash of heads.
Now there's swelling underneath the right eye of Marquez, and that could become a factor. Beautiful right uppercut on the inside by Vazquez on the chin.
The legs of Marquez not steady right now. Oh, what a body shot by Marquez. That hurt Vazquez. That was a great left hook to the body.
He's got Vazquez backpedaling momentarily. Then a left uppercut on the inside of the chin by Vazquez.
They knew coming in they could not get hit with that left hook of Vazquez. And boy, Vazquez has found a way to land it against Marquez. It's been a big weapon. And I'll tell you one mistake Marquez is making after he lands that big right. Marquez is throwing too many left hooks of his own. He's leaving himself open because of that punch for Vazquez to land his own hook.
Both faces bloody as they trade in the center of the ring. Big right hand there by Marquez. So he's going back to his money punch.
Yep. Rafael Marquez should be throwing the jab and a straight right hand and eschewing any effort to land the left hook, because that puts him in harm's way to get the left hook landed by Vazquez.
Left hook there by Vazquez. Blood's getting in the, I believe, the left eye of Vazquez. He's blinking heavily. We approach the final minute of the fourth round. Boy, this is like one of those old-time fights.
Amazing. I mean, both men said they thought this would be better than the first one. It is. Great body work by Marquez, and there's the jab making itself known again.
One throws and the other throws. Then the other one comes back. Marquez pushing Vazquez back with a left-right combination.
You know, before the first fight, Israel Vazquez says, I'm the real super bantamweight. I've been at this weight. I'm stronger. In some ways, he's demonstrating that here tonight.
Marquez, that's right. You got to remember, he was coming up from 118 in the last fight. But you wouldn't know it.
Very close round here. Both men have gotten so much work done.
Oh, what a right hand by Marquez up top. Vazquez coming back. Back comes Marquez.
Phenomenal.
The blood really bothering the right eye of Vazquez.
We see the right, overhand right by Vazquez. He got off to a very quick start in that round. However, Marquez ripping this monstrous left hook downstairs. Look at him. Wow. I mean, that was a great body punch. And it pushed Vazquez back. I think it hurt him temporarily. And at the end of the round, Marquez had his way with a freight train right hand, followed by the jab. I mean, how many big shots can either of these fighters take? They have been blasted with big, big punches. What a great fight, not just from an excitement standpoint, from a technique standpoint.
Look at the face of the champion, Rafael Marquez. Israel Vazquez actually now looks the better of the two. Ripping, stirring action for 4 rounds as we enter the 5th, scheduled for 12 for the WBC Super Bantamweight Championship. Marquez in the white with the black trim, Vazquez in the red with the white trim. Marquez, the champion, 37-3, 33 knockouts. Vazquez, the challenger, 41-4, 31 knockouts in a scintillating rematch. Marquez winning the first fight when Vazquez had to quit on his stool with a nose injury after the 7th round of the original.
Marquez is backing himself into the ropes more than I think they would like, and giving Vazquez a chance to work the body and the head.
And remember, the rematch taking place just 5 months after the first fight.
And conditioning already an issue. We're in round 5, but when you fought at this pace and both have been hurt so much, you already start to ask yourself, who's better conditioned?
The skill level, Al, here is so high. That's what's so impressive, and that's what makes this rivalry stand out above so many other ballyhoo rivalries as you take a look at the press row. Jason Gonzalez, Mark may have Marquez ahead, and Jason McDaniel has it even.
I've got it a draw, 38-38.
Midway through the 5th round, the pace has slowed just a tad.
Marquez is keeping his, now that cut, by the way, a big issue, and it was not caused by a clash of heads, they ruled. So that's going to be an issue for Vazquez. It's bleeding more heavily now.
It's around the right eye. It's getting into the right eye more than the cut around the left eye, and you can see he senses the urgency, so he's boring in on Marquez. But every time he does, he gets nailed.
You know, Marquez's jab has not been quite as effective in the last couple of rounds. It would be a punch that could open up that cut.
There goes Vazquez, but it's being ruled a slip. As the blood continues to streak down Vazquez's right side, he comes roaring back. They trade toe-to-toe in the center of the ring. Vazquez pushing Marquez back.
Psychologically, Vazquez caught Marquez at a vulnerable moment. Marquez thought it was a knockdown and thought the guy might be hurt. Vazquez came right after.
Yeah, he sensed that maybe Marquez let down momentarily and tried to take advantage of the situation. He has slowed Marquez in his tracks here.
What a close round here, though, in round 5.
Good right hand off the top of the head of Marquez.
Marquez's right hand is so low, the hook will land again by Vazquez. Wow. Was this a knockdown or was it not? Now both eyes, by the way, cut for Vazquez.
Let me get the in swell.
Let's take a look and see if we think this could have been a knockdown. Very hard to tell when it happened in, no, it was a slip, definitely slipped. Their legs got tangled. The referee made an absolutely correct call. And in a close fight like this, that could be a factor. We'll see again from an overhead. No, the right hand missed. They got their feet tangled. So great call by referee Guadalupe Garcia.
Here we go into round 6. That was a correct call by Guadalupe Garcia, the 3rd man of the ring. Vazquez, despite the fact that it was called a slip, still looking a little bit on the dazed side. Oh, down goes Marquez! A left hook by Israel Vazquez sends Marquez sprawling to the canvas. Second time he's put down by Vazquez in this series.
And it's early in this round, which is a key point. Lots of time for Vazquez to get something done.
Remember, Marquez came back the last time he was knocked down in the 3rd round of the first fight. Will it happen again? Vazquez looking to close the show. He's going in for the finish. Canvassing Marquez. Marquez almost working on instinct. Oh, a right uppercut on the inside of Vazquez. A left hook by Vazquez. Marquez holding on up against the ropes. Vazquez all over Marquez. Can he end it here in the 6th round? Relentless attack by Israel Vazquez. He's got Marquez pressed up against the ropes just above us. Back goes Marquez. Garcia steps in. The fight is over. Revenge. Redemption for Israel Vazquez. Unbelievable finish. That'll do it as we close out another edition of Showtime Championship Boxing, America's Fight Night. For Al Bernstein, Jim Gray, Karen Bryant, our entire crew, Steve Albert saying so long from Hidalgo, Texas.